All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Team Passion call. Super excited to chat with you guys tonight. I'm going to share my screen here in a few minutes, but tonight we are going to talk about the Customer Lead Program, which I didn't realize how much I haven't talked about it in a while because I was starting to get questions and I was like, oh, okay. I think I need to talk about this more. So I'm really, really excited to kind of talk about it tonight. I'm going to share my screen real quick, and then we're going to hear from Cindy at the end, who is already at Success Club 10 for the month, and it is only the 8th. So we are going to hear her tips and everything that she is doing, which I'm excited about. So let's kind of just jump in and get started. So I remember 8 years ago when I was thinking of starting this business, my coach was explaining to me that all I had to do was hit Emerald Coach status and basically, hit Emerald Coach status and then help 3 to 5 people a month, and basically your shakes will be paid for, was kind of the mentality and what I heard. That's kind of what I heard the whole time. And I was like, okay, wait. So when I become an Emerald Coach and I help people every month, Beachbody will actually hand me some of their customers. And he was like, yes. And so let me just tell you a quick little story. In the past direct selling company that I worked for, or I worked with, we had to become like, I guess it would be like the equivalent to a 15-star in Beachbody, was what, if you had to be the highest level of leadership to get any leads. Like if somebody was like, oh, I want to have a candle party, and they went on partylight.com and they looked for a consultant in their area without knowing someone, it would go to the nearest senior regional vice president, is what they called them. And I remember going to my neighbor's house one Halloween, and we were trick-or-treating, and I was like, oh my gosh, look at all this Party Light stuff. You must really love Party Light. Do you host parties? Are you a consultant? We started talking. She's like, I host parties all the time. And she said, I said, I live 3 houses down, and I'm a consultant. I've been a consultant for 5 years. And she's like, what? I went on the website looking for a consultant near me, and they sent me someone in Connecticut. And I'm in Massachusetts, and I'm like, yeah, you have to be like so high up on the leadership ladder in that world to even get the leads, and then they would disperse them out to their teams. And she wasn't even my leader, so she didn't disperse it to anyone in my area. So it was just crazy to me to think that I just had to help 2 people, and then Beachbody was going to start handing me their leads. And I was completely blown away. It was a little different back in the day. So things have changed since then. So I'll just go over all the new stuff. But, with more of the infomercials, we were kind of getting more leads before, but we still get a good amount. But basically what happens is if somebody orders on beachbody.com or calls the 800 number, or they hear an infomercial, or they see an infomercial. The infomercials are still on the weekend. I see them on my guide, like Pio and all that stuff. So basically what happens is they disperse these leads when you hit Success Club 5 and you're an Emerald Coach. Someone who goes on beachbody.com or on the TV, they order DVDs, whatever, they order Beachbody on demand, and they don't have a coach, they are dispersed to Emeralds and people who hit Success Club 5. And so we get probably 2 to 3 people a month from this customer lead program, okay? And then if you hit Success Club 10, anyone who goes on myshakeology.com or Ultimate Reset or orders a challenge pack, they get dispersed to people. So this is if they didn't have a coach. They get dispersed to people who hit Success Club 10. And we get about 1 or 2 of those people a month. And what happens is when you hit Success Club 5 and you get one of those free customers, they become your customer for life, but you don't get paid on that first order. Like if they went on beachbody.com and ordered a DVD set, you're not going to get commission on that order. But when you reach out to them, tell them who you are, that you're here to help, and you send them a message, anything that you order from that point on, you do get commission on. If you hit Success Club 10 and you get a Shakeology lead or a challenge pack lead or an ultimate reset lead, you do get commission right away on that first order, okay? So that's, and they also are your customer for life. So let me just kind of go over that real quick, sharing my screen here. Let me pull up my, my account here and then share the screen so I can show you. Share screen. Okay. So if you go to monitor my business and you go to the lead program qualification, this will tell you what you are eligible for. So basically, last month I hit Success Club 10. So I am currently eligible to get a free customer, a Success Club customer, and then the coach connection is if someone signs up as a coach. Without having a coach, then they go into the coach connection program. I probably have received 1 or 2 of these a year. These aren't, not a lot of people just sign up to be a coach without a coach. And this tells you your qualifications. You have to be Emerald or higher. You have to be an active Beachbody On Demand member. Your business service fees have to be paid, and then Success Club 5 or Success Club 10. I'm also going to click on this FAQ to show you a little bit more. So this tells you the 3 types of leads. So I just talked about that. A customer without a coach who joins Team Beachbody either as a Beachbody On Demand member or a free member. A Success Club lead is a prospective customer without a coach who purchases any product under Shakeology, Ultimate Reset, or Challenge Pack, and a coach connection lead, right? I'm going to go over this. So to receive leads, so all lead programs, you have to have a Beachbody On Demand account. So you have to be a Beachbody On Demand member, and you have to be current on your business service fees. To receive the customer leads, these are the free leads, right? You have to be a paid rank of Emerald or higher and achieve Success Club 5. Success Club leads, Emerald 10, Coach Connection, be a Star Diamond or higher, and achieve a Success Club 10. Okay, so you can find this right under the lead program. And then let me show you what it looks like for a customer to come in. I think I got one recently. So if you go to your business alerts here, it tells you, oh, you have 1 new customer. So see how it says right here, the customer source is the customer program. So this is a free customer who ordered Beachbody On Demand, and now she's my customer. So basically what I'm going to do is I will send Laura an email and I will introduce myself. I'm going to hit stop share and talk to you guys about this now. So I have always messaged all of my customer leads. Now, have I followed up consistently 5, 10, 15 times? Not really. I used to be really good at it, but I slacked a little, but I'm really back to it. Email is really hard. So if there's a phone number, I sometimes also text them, because I don't know, it's going to depend on what you put in the subject line. You know, I've been saying things like health and fitness with support. I try not to say Beachbody. I try not to say lose weight. You know, I try to just keep the subject line pretty simple, and say something like, you know, support from a coach, health and fitness support, something along those lines. And then I'll say, you know, hey, my name is Nicole. I'm your assigned Team Beachbody coach. I'm super excited to reach out to you and hear about your health and fitness goals. You know, I started out as a customer just like you 8 years ago using P90X and Shakeology. I lost 29 pounds, you know, so I'll share my story real quick just to give them a little credibility, give myself a little credibility. And then I'll say, I run these really great online health and fitness groups, and because you're my customer, you automatically get an invitation into my VIP group. Is that something you're interested in joining? And that's it. I keep it super simple, super quick. Nobody wants to read a long email. Nobody wants to hear about you. Like, it's just, you know, and I'll say something like, what did you order? Like, I don't even look what they ordered. If they ordered Beachbody On Demand, I tend to not say, oh, I see you ordered Beachbody On Demand. I don't really do that. I just say, hey, so what did you order? What are you interested in? What are you using? How can I help you? Like, and that type of thing. And a lot of times, you know, maybe 10% get back to me. Recently, I've had more than that. Maybe it's the subject line of using something like support from a coach or something like that. Health support from a coach, I think, is what I've been saying. And I say, because you're my free customer, you automatically get access into my VIP group. I've been really, you know, playing up that VIP word. So some people have messaged me right back and they're like, oh my gosh, thank you for reaching out. And then I may have to do it again in 48 hours. Hey, I know I just messaged you a couple days ago and email is so funky. I just want to make sure you got my first email reminder that I'm your coach, here, blah, blah, blah. And then I'll say, you know, totally not trying to be a pain. I get so nervous with email. Can you just reply and let me know that you got this? You know, so I'll just say things like that. And then the third email, maybe a week later, and say, I hope you're enjoying everything. I hope you're rocking it. Please let me know if you have any questions. I'm here for you. Like, so it's just a series of emails where I'm just being very conversational and very, I'm here. Here's my info. And then the ones who order like Shakeology and they continue to order, if I don't hear back from them on an email, I may send them a card. I sent cards out with, I sent a few cards out this past month with like a free pumpkin spice Shakeology since I ordered 5 boxes. And I'll just say, hey, thank you so much for, you know, you've been ordering Shakeology for 3 months. You know, I hope you're loving it as much as I do. I just wanted to send you this quick thank you gift. You know, just this customer service goes a long way with people. So I know we're always trying to find the new people. We can't forget about the people that we do have. And you know, there are many people on this team that came in through the customer lead program and became coaches from me following up, from other coaches following up, sending messages, inviting them to their group, and they're coaches now. So you can this is a great way to build your list. So you have to get the ball rolling by becoming an Emerald and hitting Success Club. And, you know, then as the customers start rolling in, you start building these relationships with these people and your list starts building. You friend them on Facebook, you get them in your group. You know, most of them don't order Shakeology, so then it's going to be a way to get them on Shakeology or the performance line, and you get Success Club points from them after that point. You know, you get all the rewards of you having found them. So it's pretty cool. Any questions on the customer lead program? It is very much worth it. People will say, I don't know, I never hear back from any of them, so I stop emailing. Don't do that. You only need to hear back from one. So don't give up. You know, don't spend a ton of time if it's, you know, don't waste your, like, if you've been doing this for 5 years and you're like, I've never reached out to any of my customers, just do the last 2 or 3 months. Like, don't go back from the beginning and, you know, and spend all that time. I would just maybe choose like 5 a day or something. And just do a copy and paste email so that you do it real quick. So, cool? Awesome. So yeah, don't let this customer lead thing slip by, because it's important. They're there, and that you could find your next coach there, your next 5-star diamond. So, all right, so we are going to hear from Cindy. So Cindy I'm not, I'll let her tell you. I don't know exactly how long she's been a coach, but she's been in the downline for a few years. And she's gone to Summit multiple times. We had breakfast at this summit and just kind of chatted, and her upline kind of, you know, left the business. So she was like, I'm going to really start plugging into Team Passion. I'm like, oh, please do. Let's do this. And, you know, if you go to Cindy's I was thinking people are asking like, what's your secret? What's your secret? And like, I know her secret. Like, and her secret is she plugs in. She's super consistent. Her social media is super great balanced. If you go to her Facebook page, there is such great balance between life, business, struggles, her doggy, her family, really great pictures of her running outside. They're visually like scroll stopping, things like that. So, but I will let her tell you her other secrets. But those are the visible secrets to me for sure. So take it away, Cindy.
You're gonna make me like blush over here. I mean, exactly what you said is that you can't just post Beachbody, 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 because then people don't want to follow you. And honestly, typically there's a little bit of a method to my madness. If I know that I want to post an invite post or something that is going to be Beachbody, I will tend to post something that I know is going to get some interaction or a lot of clicks or likes. Like, I'll post a picture of my kids or, the dog or something not related, but something I know that's going to probably get some attention. And then when I post the Beachbody post that I want them to see, then there's a better chance of me getting in their algorithm, even if they don't click, even if they don't like. Like, I made a list today of the past 2 months of who I've gotten all my points from and how I've gotten them. And a few of these, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4 out of, so that's 4 people, so that's 8 points, were people who I hadn't messaged. Like, one of them, I don't know that I ever messaged her. But she had messaged me just from seeing what I had posted. So then the conversation kind of got going from there. Of course, we wish they were all like that, but sometimes it's just a matter of making conversations like, most of the rest of them. A few of these people were people I had followed up with that had been in my groups long ago, that I still seen they were active. Tracy Betancourt, she was a customer of mine like the year before last, and we talked with running and whatnot, and she is just rocking our group. And just from, like when I invited her back to the small group, we hadn't really chatted in a long time. So it's like, I don't write anybody off. Even if someone was my customer, I've been a coach for 3 years. Even if someone was my customer the first year and they really haven't, I message just about everyone who was my past customer about 2B, okay? And that's how I got all those points. I think it was SC16 the first month that 2B came out. And when, again, like this month, we have this incredible promotion with $20 off. I went back through my list because I just started with my cards now, so I'm organizing that system. But I went back through the pile of these books that I have all over the place and messaged everybody. Like, I know we had talked about this before. I want you to let you know that we have this great promotion going on. We're really trying to help people get healthy by the end of the year. And I've gotten a lot of feedback from that. So it's just kind of balancing. It's like, you have to make conversations other than Beachbody conversations. And if you are sprinkling effectively on your timeline, most of the time it comes up. Like, people will say, oh, how do you stay so motivated? How do you do it? And, I'll be honest with you, today I am damn tired because I was like up to midnight last night, then up this morning, and it's been crazy at work. And I just got home probably 25 minutes ago. It's not always easy, but I try to make it a priority because I feel this business is very important to me and I want it to grow. So I try to be super consistent. And I think that it's just sprinkling consistency, but balancing it. And I absolutely plug in to know what's going on. I try to get into all the trainings that I can, but for me, follow-up is huge, huge, huge. I know Renee and I had talked about this. like you can't, most people, a lot of these people were not like the first conversation. My latest coach, Charlene, I mean, we probably talked 8 times before she was ready to jump in. And I would just check in, hey, how are things going? And, you know, that type of thing, and just make conversation. So she doesn't think this is the only reason why I'm talking to her. You know, we want to talk. Oh, isn't that cute? We want to talk to, you know, build relationships. And I think that's it. I mean, I'll be honest, I have not been working by like page. I had done that at the beginning of the year, and then I talked to Nicole about it because I was really struggling with it. And I try to sprinkle over there every now and then, but I've been mainly on my personal page. And it's, again, just, I think it might have been you, Nicole, who had said, you know, we want to keep customers for life. We have different things to offer people. We have nutrition programs, we have Shakeology, we have workout programs, we have the performance line, and now we have the bars. It's trying to, that's kind of your market of people who are already interested in what you're doing. So it's sharing, like, look, you know, maybe, you know, I know you did great with the 21-day fix, but, you know, 2B, if you are not trying to help people with 2B, you are not doing your business a service, because a lot of people are very intimidated by exercise, especially if they have a lot of weight to lose. And 2B is such a great program, and it's definitely helped me. And I had an eating disorder for a better part of my life and not had a healthy relationship with the scale. And it's totally been a game changer for me. And I think when you learn it and you share that, people get it. You know what I mean? I just think if you're not sharing that program, you're missing that whole part of that market. I mean, I don't know if it's just for me, like a lot of the women I know are 40 and over, and if they haven't been already making that exercise part of their routine, it's very hard for them to get started. So a lot of times it's getting them feel better first. But my best advice would be follow up, and then follow up some more, because just keep track of every time you talk to them. The card system is the bomb for that, because you can just write on each line how many times you talked to them in the day and what you talked about. But again, you don't want your conversations to all be beach body, beach body, beach body either, because then people think that's all you're talking to them for. So it's kind of mixing that in too. But, you know, hey, how are you? I seen, you know, your kids look so cute for Halloween. How's everything going? You know what I mean? You got to kind of do that too. And I think Nicole taught me this long ago. It's like a lot of times the conversation just ends up flowing that way anyways. So it's not like, you know, you always have to bring it up, you know. So that's what I love about that, is it's like if you're sprinkling effectively, your conversations will flow that way.
Exactly. Yeah, no, totally. It's more often than not, if you message someone and you're like, oh my gosh, yeah, your kid's Halloween, that costume was amazing. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Hey, when's your next group start? It's weird. Like, and because people are afraid to message you first. They just are. And the follow-up piece, absolutely. People are so afraid to follow up, but you guys, they're so busy. Everybody is so busy. You are not on their mind. We're not. Like, as much as we want to think it, we're not. And so for us to just follow up and be like, hey, I know we talked last week, and I know, you know, you were thinking about joining our next group. I just want to let you know that, you know, the deadline to order is Friday in order to get your tools in time. So I wanted to make sure you were aware of that. And that's it. Like, everybody has said to me in the past 8 years that I've done this business, even if I'll say to someone, I'm not trying to be a pain, but I want you to know about the deadline coming up. They're like, oh my gosh, here's what I love about you, Nicole. I love that you don't make me feel pressured. You let me know that there's an offer going on. You let me know that there's a deadline coming up, but you never make me feel like I have to do it. And so, yes, I am going to order because you don't make me feel that way. Like, and it's all in the conversational wording, like Cindy did in the Coach Basics group. It's very, people, like, it's so funny when there are so many coaches that have never gotten off the ground because they say to me, I need a script from you. What do I say? I'm like, I'm not going to give you a script. Like, I'll tell you what I say.
I think I said that to you.
Yeah.
And that's when you told me that. You said, just flow your conversations. And then I thought, you know what? That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. There's no need for a script because you guys, don't you get a script message from other consultants and other companies all the time? And can't you tell it's a script? And I don't even answer them. Like when I get a script, it depends on what mood I'm in and if I have time. But there's times where I'll train them a little. I'll say, hey, I'm not interested in what you have, but I would like to let you know that I've been doing this type of business for 8 years very successfully, and here's what I would do differently. Mm-hmm. And sometimes they thank me, and sometimes they ignore me and unfriend me. But it's like, I just want to, like, this isn't the way to run your business. I don't. And I've even had people leave this team, go to a completely different business, and then spam me. I'm like, you definitely weren't listening to anything I taught you. So it's like, and that's the other thing people say, oh, this business isn't working. Just like I posted in the 2B Mindset group. There are so many people lately, it's like, yeah, it didn't work for me. I'm like, you didn't do it. You didn't do it. And so, but that's a horse of a different color, right? Yeah. But yeah, follow up for sure. And totally when you're following up, I'm sure you do this, Cindy, you're very like non-confrontational about it and like just very conversational. Like, hey, I just wanted to let you know, and here's what's happening. Like, it doesn't have to be, do you want to buy that challenge pack? Hey, you gonna order that challenge pack? Hey, what's happening with that challenge pack that you're gonna order? Like, don't do it like that. Like, just be like, hey, and just be very conversational about it. Yeah.
Checking in, and is everything going? And
yeah.
Most of the time, it just flows right back.
A lot of times, I'll say after I do the share a cart, and then I always copy the link and send it to them in a Facebook Messenger. I never just rely on the share a cart. So I copy the link and I send it in a Facebook message. And a lot of times, if they don't order, the next morning, I'll be like, oh, can you just check that link for me? I get so nervous with technology. LOL. And they're like, oh yeah, totally. Like, I'll just say things like that. Like, can you just check that link? I get so nervous. And Beachbody's not known for their technology. So I just want you to kind of check that, or something along those lines. So yeah, you just gotta pretend you're talking to your friend. And Cindy, I'm sure would totally agree with me on this. Do not send the message thinking, oh my God, what if they say no? Or what if they say, like, you can't control the outcome, so don't even think about the outcome. Your only job is the invitation and the follow-up and giving them value. If they choose not to do it, it is not on you. It's not your fault. And you can't go in every message thinking, I need to get this sale, or I hope they order because I need a successful point, or oh my gosh, what if they don't order? I must suck at this business. Like you just have, your only job is to invite and follow up. And if the ball is in their court, and you've got to remember that, because this business won't be fun if you think of it any other way.
I agree. And I think, like, for me, a big thing that I definitely shifted was I had to stop thinking about the points, which is kind of ironic because I've got the points, but it's a matter of, it's like the first of the month, I tend to get just depressed because I don't have any points. And then it's just like, no, and I have this little talk inside my head that, we have so many people that need to get healthy. I always try to stress the value of Shakeology because, again, we're trying to keep customers healthy for life. And even if they say, well, I don't really think I want to do it, I'm like, well, really, this one's just like less than half price. I mean, even if you just try it for the first month, and I think it'll give you a great jump start to get, because I want them to at least try it, and they really have nothing to lose. So I really stress that, you don't have to, but this month it's only going to be $50 or $60 or even whatever, $40.
Right now it's like free. Like with the All Access Challenge Pack, $100 for Beachbody On Demand, $30 for the portion fix with the containers. Like, they're basically getting Shakeology for free right now. Like,
for a month. You know what I mean?
Because it's free.
And most of them, like when you start talking about the benefit of, I always try to say, I know it helps me have less cravings. I hope it helps me have, feel more full. It gives me more energy. And then I say, I highly recommend you try it at least for the first month because of, A, B, C, and D. I think you're going to really love it. And I can give you a sample to try it, but one sample isn't going to give you all of those benefits. I think Renee asked me something here.
She did. She wants to know how many conversations you're having and how many follow-ups, like how often.
I need data. I try to have at least 5 conversations a day. And depending on how the conversations go, that will depend on how my follow-ups go. You know what I mean? Because then now with the file box, if at the end of the day, I mark my conversations, okay, they haven't responded or I've gotten crickets, then I move it like 5 days later and, then I'll look on their social media, see what you're doing. I mean, it's just, I try not to put so much pressure on the outcome. You know what I mean? It can drive you crazy. It drove me crazy for a long time, and it still does a little bit, but I just try to focus and breathe and just keep doing what you're doing, because if you're doing all of the right things, it will happen. I mean, I see a lot of people, I forget which call it was that I just listened, the National Wake Up Call this week. If what you're doing is not working, then you have to try something else. And, for me, it was like I was trying to do scripts. That was not working for me. I had to try something else. And like, for me, I had all these challengers that were in the big group, and I messaged, I think, 25 people. Listen, I'm going to go back to doing the small group. Some of my girls have really said they want to do that. And let me tell you, I don't have 25 people posting in that group, but I have a good 4 or 5 that have gotten back in, and they're excited. And again, Tracy became a coach. Charlene finally, became a coach. So, and Vanessa, she's bringing people in there like crazy. And it's just, again, it's giving a new environment and bringing new excitement to it. But it's like, if what you're doing isn't working, like I was trying so hard on that like page and doing everything that they said in the social media connector. I can't remember the name of the group. And, it really does make sense, but I felt like I was treading water and just barely getting along. I almost lost the success of the cruise. The last night of March, I needed 2 points or I was going to lose the cruise, the deposit that I had made. And thankfully after that, that never happened again. And I was just so thankful that I talked with you about that, because it's like you have to reevaluate. What you're doing isn't working, then you need to shift gears and try something different.
Yeah, it's hard because on your like page, it's like you have to spend a good amount of time developing relationships with those people. And so that takes a ton of time. And so your personal page, you kind of already have relationships with these people. So it's a little easier, but it's also a little easier to build relationships with those people because they see your stuff. As long as you're interacting with them, they're going to go look at your stuff. And it's not like that on your like page. You can't even get a message through to people and they're not seeing your stuff every day. Like I move people from my like page to my personal page so that they can see my stuff more. I'm like, you got to come over here because you're going to see way more from me because my Facebook's not going to show you my stuff. It's just not. And
I mean, I certainly see the value of a like page because it's
yeah.
Like you want to keep growing, but it gets to the point of where, unless you are paying for ads and paying, you're not going to get the circulation that you need.
Yeah. And I think one of the things with the follow-ups to not stress about like how many follow-ups you're doing, like Cindy said, like if someone's giving me crickets, I'll just go to I put them in my follow-up box 5 days later, and my follow-up is go interact with them on Facebook. Go comment and like on their stuff. And then I'll put them out 5 days later, and my next follow-up is I invite them to my event. when my next group starts. So it doesn't necessarily, for me, if someone's not really talking to me, my follow-up is I'm trying to build this relationship with them so that they see my stuff. So that's another piece.
To sell them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that you are trying to, and I hope, I mean, I feel like I try to show my people I truly care, but you know, it's like they have to show up too. So
yep,
you know, it's multifaceted. It is work. I mean, I enjoy it personally. I never dread talking to people and working on this business. I truly enjoy it. You know, I wish I had more time. I look forward to when I can do this full time, but right now I'm still trudging along at the other job too. So we shall see.
Yeah.
Eventually I will join you on that side of the couch.
Yes, you will. No doubt. Awesome. Any other questions? Yeah, it's literally like being yourself, having fun, really trying to connect with people. Like if you can have 5 to 10 connections with people every day, the invites and follow-ups become easier because people are interacting with you more. But yeah, just connecting with people. Like I said, I've recently totally cleaned up my Facebook, and now I see like new people's stuff all the time. Oh, and then the birthday thing, I send private messages when it's people's birthday. I say happy birthday privately. And someone the other day I said happy birthday to, and then I invited her to my holiday event 2 days later. And then I messaged her when she clicked going. And I was like, oh, I see you're interested in the holiday event. I'm super excited. Can you tell me about your health goals? And we got talking, and I sent her a link last night, and her birthday was like Monday. And so that all happened within 3 days of each other. So, yeah, good stuff.
Can I just say, I just had someone message me that I had just invited to group that I don't know who she belonged to, but I know it was when I was in the bigger groups with Charlotte and all the other girls. She just sent me a text that she just ordered a Shakeology challenge back.
Woohoo!
If I hadn't invited her to the group and taken that second, like she always likes and comments my stuff, and you know, I just said, you know, I know we haven't chatted in a while. I mean, are you interested in joining a group again? And she literally just sent me this message. I just looked in my office and there it is. Awesome. It's just, even people you think that might not be interested, if they're liking or commenting your stuff, at least say hi. You got nothing to lose. You know what I mean? You got nothing to lose.
Yep, perfect. That's awesome.
It's a beautiful day.
Awesome.
But I just hope it helps somebody else too, because I really do believe in what we do. And I don't know if it's because I struggled so long myself, but we have such incredible tools to help people live better lives. And if you know that genuinely in your heart, you're not anything, you're helping people get healthy. And that's what this is all about. To me, might sound hokey to somebody else, but that's what it is.
Yeah, so. For sure. Awesome. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. All right, guys, thanks for hopping on. And we got one more day of the business opportunity tomorrow. So if you can go and comment on the last 2 videos that I did to kind of keep them moving up on the page. And we'll see who else we can get joining us. So, all right, good night.
Good night.
Night.